Hello, my name is Heath Snyder, and today I'll be presenting on the marginalization of women in theater. First off, I just want to start with a little historical background. For thousands of years, women have been marginalized in life, in the workplace, and throughout politics, and that's not any different in the world of theater. Women first started acting in the 1560s with commedia, which is something we learned in class. So now I just want to talk about how women are marginalized in the theater and maybe some solutions of how we can improve this situation. The first issue is right out in plain sight with the playwrights, who are some of the most important people in theater. They write the play, sometimes they're the directors. And as you can see, 12.6% of plays on Broadway in 2008 and 2009 were produced by women. And that fact comes from Opening the Curtain on Playwright Gender from Emily Sands. She also stated that one theory was that people that own the theater houses don't think that women are up to standards with how plays should be written, and that's just not true. Because the rate at which women are graduating from top theater schools is about the same as men. So why isn't this number more equal? And also one issue is from the actors. Actors may not be willing to work with women directors or women playwrights because they fear the plays may not be successful. And they're just trying to better their careers, but they need to give women actors or women playwrights a chance to prove themselves. And here you can see Maya Angelou. She is a famous poet and also a playwright, and she did great things in theater and with poetry. Next, I want to talk about a project that was done in Jaffa, Israel, and you can see Jaffa on the map right here. This project was done through social work in Israel on 6 women. It was done by Amin and Esther Bohm in their community theater as a means of empowerment and social work experiment. These women were taken from poverty areas in Jaffa, and then through placement into theater, seeing how their lives would improve, either be mentally, physically, and just how their everyday lives could improve. And it turns out that every aspect of what I just stated, their mental state, their physical state, and their daily lifestyle all improved. They had better self-esteem, and even by the end of this project, all 6 women went from not having a job to having some sort of professional job. So that's pretty amazing how just the power of community theater can improve these women's lives. The women also realized that there were other people like them, and they started coming together and working through social reform to try and better other women's lives that are in the area, to get them into community theater or something else that may help them do better in life. The next slide here is just a basic infographic done by Portia McGovern. As you can see here, the green areas are the percentage of workers in League of Resident Theaters that are male. So you can see that males are dominating almost every area other than the costume design. So that's just a little tidbit of how we need to redistribute the female workers that are behind the scenes. It's not just with the actresses and the playwrights, it's also the people doing scenic design, costume design, lighting, and sound. So we need to fix this marginalization all the way up through the theater organization. One final story that I want to talk about is from the role of gender identity in regard to differentiated instruction in theater arts education by Jolene Neighbors. She wrote a story about how a male student had applied to a theater school, was almost all the way through the process, and decided that he did not want to go to that school. And she also knew other female students that had done the same thing, but they continued their application all the way through to see if they could get accepted. And it turned out a couple months later that school had called him and asked him to fill a void that they needed for male actors in their school. But why couldn't those female women get accepted into the school when we learned through Quilters, an American musical that was done on campus, that women could play the roles of men just as easily as males can play the roles of males. So it just goes to show that women deserve equal opportunities in theater, and hopefully we can work towards that as the years progress. And I would just like to thank everybody for showing up. Any questions? And also you can see my sources here and my picture citations. Thank you.